is Mary Bacon. Thanks for joining me for the University of Sip. And now we are going to talk about how to make steeped tea kombucha. So what you're going to do is we're going to start from the second step because that's how I roll. And then I'm going to show you the first step. So step one is the first fermentation. So you basically put everything into this container and you let it sit in a dark place for 4 days is my personal, up to about 2 weeks, depending on how you like it. So we're going to pretend today's day 4, which it is. So we're not really pretending, are we? And this is our continuous brew system. If I get over here, I can see better. Perfect. So this is the jar. That's my Scoby One Kenobi. Isn't this perfect outfit for him? And then this is the cover. So it's breathable. So your Scoby can breathe. And it keeps the light out. It protects it from light. And it lets you peek, see how it's doing. And it doesn't block the spigot. So this is the cover. Comes in the kombucha collection. This is the jar. Now, if you want to use this jar to serve iced tea at a party, or if you need to bring it somewhere, it does have a lid, which will lock in place, but you don't use it for brewing kombucha. Now, I just put this under the spigot. I put it on a little stand here, and I just put it under there. It didn't leak, so it shouldn't be leaking for you either. So this is what we call the end of the first fermentation. So what you want to do, now if you are not using this jar or something like it, you would be using a gallon jug. Your Scoby should not touch metal. So what you want to do is take a spoon or a ladle and take a little out and taste it. With this, you don't have to worry about it. This is plastic, in fact, and there's a silicone seal, so it actually isn't metal. There's no metal touching your Scoby. Is to just push down on the spigot, get a tiny little sample. Make sure your taste buds are happy. If they're not happy, wait a day. Wait another day until they are. They're going to love it. So then you are going to take, this is our filter. It's a funnel with a filter. And you'll notice that if you're already into kombucha, you probably already have some bottles. This has the thing to make sure that air can escape. So I'm going to start with one of my bottles that I already had. And then I'm going to show you ours because ours is so much better. So you just put your funnel in there. And then you can fill it halfway or all the way. It depends on your preference. I generally like to go about halfway so that I can add fruit tea to it. So here we are, halfway there. And then this is some papaya sangria fruit tea. And I'm just going to fill that up the rest of the way. And there we go. Now, this is the super difficult part. Close the bottle. You want to let it sit in a dark but not cold place for as many days as you want. You can check the fizziness every day if you want. But by sealing it now as it ferments, because remember kombucha is rich in those bacteria, it is going to ferment some more, and now the gases are going to build up, and that's going to create the fizziness. You do oftentimes need a little sugar in your second fermentation. So if you don't add sugar to your tea, I found, generally speaking, that because I bottle on day 4, there's actually enough sugar left in there, so I don't need to add any. But if you ferment a lot longer, you may find that you need to add a little sugar to your fruit tea in order to do the second fermentation correctly. You can add fresh fruit. So now I'm going to show you one of our bottles that comes in our kombucha collection. And I want you to notice the size of the mouth. So I was always doing fruit tea just because I didn't know how I was going to clean those bottles. So this opened up a whole new world of possibilities for me. You can put cut up fruit, or this is our cocktail shaker using the mutter to get some pureed strawberries in there. So what I'm going to do, show you my fun trick, is fill this right up. And then I'm going to put the lid on. And we're going to shake this up just to kind of mix it up nicely. And that didn't happen. And then put your filter in here. And I'm just going to pour it in. And if you wanted to just put the strawberries directly into the bottle, you could do that. It's easy enough to clean, but then you'd want to definitely filter it into a glass when you're done. So, and then I would just seal this right up and sit it down for a couple days. So that's how you do your second fermentation. You just want to check it every few days to get to the desired fizziness. And once you've established that you like it a certain way, you don't have to keep checking it every day. I will say that it's going to depend how much sugar there is and how much bacteria there is. So once you get a feel for like how much strawberries you're putting in there, how much fruit tea you're putting in there. So if you've used a different recipe, definitely do check it. If you mess it up, and we all do, what you're going to do is take a pitcher, put the bottle upside down inside the pitcher, inside the sink, to open it. So if you open one and it explodes everywhere and you realize that maybe this, or you forgot about it and you're like, oh, I don't know how fizzy this is going to be, open it upside down inside a pitcher, inside the sink. And then if it explodes inside the pitcher and it's still drinkable. And then you just pour it into a glass from there. So that's how you handle over fizziness. Okay? Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be right back.